How's she going, boys? Welcome back to Grampie's workshop on this hot, humid, stinking day. Man, oh man, it's humid. But anyways, hope it's nice where you are. The project we have here in the shop is a project I've been putting off for quite a little while now because it's just going to be, well, I don't know, it's not difficult, it's not hard, it's just, I didn't want to get at it. But I'm going to do it today. In the shop here I used to have a wood stove. Wood stove used to be behind me. And here's the flue. I got rid of my wood stove because when I was out here in the winter time working and I'd have a fire going and I'd say working with woodworking tools or something, and I'd turn on my dust collector, because my dust collector vents outside, it would suck the smoke right back down the flue and out through the stove. It would fill the shop with smoke. Couldn't hardly breathe. I had to clear out for about 20 minutes for the shop to clear so I could go back to work. So anyways, that wasn't working. I decided I'd get rid of my wood stove and try another source of heat. And I'm not sure what that's going to be yet, because the idea I had last year was radiant heat, radiant electric heat, and I think once the shop was warm, radiant heat would have worked, but it was no good at heating the shop up. So anyway, the job I have today is I got to take this flue down, and the flue goes out, 3 or 4 sections go up one of the roofs. So we're going to go out, get on the ladder, go up on the roof, start taking the flue down, and while we're on the roof, do a few roof checks and you know, have a look around, see what's up. And we're going to get rid of this flue today and then have to cap this off. So that's what we're up to. Glad you came along. Let's go see how we do that here at the camp. Okay, we're behind the shop. And there's my flue. It's insulated up to about there, and then I got a couple lengths on. I put those extra lengths on just to see if I could get it to draw a little better. I must say I didn't have good luck with it drawing, but it didn't draw too bad. It was a good old stove. But anyway, we've got to get that flue down. Okay, first thing we have to try and get this top piece out. It's going to come all right. I'd like to put a knot in this so that when I lower it down, all I have to do is jig it a little to get her loose. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Before I go down and get my drill driver and some other tools, let's just have a look around the roof here. So I got lots of moss. I'm the boss of the moss. And by the look of my roof, there's a couple of little sags in there too. Being under this old maple tree here, that's what's causing this moss to grow. I don't know, the maple tree drops its buds and everything in this pollen. And then moss spores catching the pollen, and this is the result. Anyway, I'm going to try and climb up here, see what I can see in that cupola. There's my fancy looking wind vane. Spins around, but she's a little stiff. Doesn't look too bad. Cupola needs some paint, but I think it'll be alright. So there's Nanny's garden. Plants are starting to grow. So these flue pieces are joined together with this band. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that off or not. Try this drill gun on it. So we went for the big guns this time. Got the vice grips. When all else fails, eh? Trying out my new GoPro mount. So these just unscrew and unlock. But they're quite heavy, so it's pretty clean too, I must say. So my other knot that I was planning on using as a slip knot didn't work, so I'm just tying this one off. Okay, we got that first section down. So before I disconnect it from the building, I'm going to try and get this second section off. Or at least the connector here on the second section. Tell you boys, it's warm and the bugs are bad. Try to cheat on this one. Oh yeah. Well, that one come off pretty easy. Let's try getting the band that holds it to the building off. Hey, this one's coming off pretty good too. All right. Now this is a 3-foot section and it's really heavy. So we just unhook that guy. So I'm going to try and lift this off, put it on the roof here. Not sure how it'll go. They're heavy. Oh, but I'm super strong. So we'll try and let this guy down now. Right, we'll put that, file that down below. Okay, we're going to see if our good luck can continue. Oh yeah. That hanger right here that I just disconnected was carrying a lot of weight, because as soon as it came free, she fell down on my bracket, and the bracket is in bad shape too. So I'm going to try and just drop this guy right on the ground, right here. Well, no, maybe I will put a rope on it. Just one second. might just fall down on its own. The base that I had this setting on, I had it braced up nice with 2x4s fastened to the building, but I don't think they're in very good shape anymore. Oh, there she goes. I'm just going to let her fall, folks. So here's a survey of the damage. This was a T section here. So you see the T just fell apart, pulled it off of here, and then my bracket just broke away completely. So that T clean out and bracket fell off, and then this 3-foot section right here fell down on top of that little 1-foot section and did it in, so that's no good anymore. But for the most part, she's down. It's from having that bracket on there, the wood is rotten right through the siding on the back of the barn. I got a hole right into my barn now. So it looks like I'm going to need probably more than half a sheet. It's at least 32 inches wide. So I'd like to go, because there's a seam in the paneling right down here, but this part of it, which is part of the sheet that's behind the sled shed, is rotten too, so I'd have to cut that out and then go from there. So that's about 2 inches. And if I go here, that's 32 inches. To this next stud, if I were to cut down that stud and replace that piece there, so that's 32 and 2 is 34, so that's the better part of a sheet. The trouble is going to be cutting this nice and straight along here. But anyways, we have to do it, because she's no good like that. Woo! Warm, boys, she's warm. Well, we got the flue down. Pretty big gaping hole now in the back of my barn. I don't know what to do about that. We'll have to put some paneling on it or something. But anyway, glad to get that flue down. I think it would have fallen down this winter if I never took it down. So, thanks for tuning in. I hope you like the way I take a flue down at the camp. We'll talk to you.